Is my chat good? Yes. All right. Damn. Okay, my mic is on, so that's good. Can you talk real quick?
Yes, I can talk. Hello, how
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yes. Desktop audio is on as well. Everything checks out. Okay. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Today we have a wonderful race. Have a wonderful race here in Silverstone from Division 2. Yesterday was Division 3 and the routine goes on. Today we have Division 2. And it's as well a sprint weekend, so it's going to be exciting. But I'm not alone. I'm with the one and only.
Hello, Fuistare here on the other side. I will become commentating this, bringing maybe some of a small analysis of mid-pack action or maybe additional info like warnings if you're interested. So yeah, we will try to make our best to make it as enjoyable as it can be.
Yes, and it's only short qualifying, so the 15 drivers in the box now have 18 minutes to set their lap and 18 minutes only. Uh, any predictions, too Starry, for pole position?
Well, you have to always think about your K5 emo flow, your those for pole position. You have to always keep those guys in mind. But well, there's also other people like maybe Mars. Of course, we have no idiot, so we have like open fight for pole. Anyone can take it.
That's true. I'm also thinking K5 is a probability or a driver that can get pole here. He is. We've seen him. He's very fast around everywhere. Actually, I mean, I don't know about Silverstone. I don't know how he practiced today or this week for the race, but I'm looking forward to see what he can do in qualifying in the sprint and in the race. Changing conditions race. That is also very exciting. Looks like we're gonna have
Okay.
some rain during what, the sprint or the race or quali, K5.
I think he made race, so
Yes.
that
Oh
can
yeah.
always spice things up. Different strategies maybe if someone will go for it and maybe pit early for wet tires. We'll see.
And we have our first hydration from Husky, so I'm well
Thanks,
prepared.
Husky.
Thank you very much. And we have a spectator driver from the Vito, and we will spectate Ghost when he is on a lap.
How can you spectate a ghost?
I don't
Hey,
know. He is around turn 7 and 8 now. A Ghost. He's the only Haas, so it's pretty easy to follow him. So we don't have to look at any names. We can just know that he is on a lap. He is rounding. What's that corner called again? Cops and into Mackets and Beckets. But we'll first see the first half of the lap from Robot Reaction. It's a very nice lap here in Silverstone into turn ones and two. Very quick, flat out. And now in this little twisty corner section, I suggest going into third gear for this left-hander, but he, Robot Reaction, chooses to go in second gear on to the Wellington straight, heading into my favorite part of the track is turn 6, 7, and 8. I can get a lot of time here, and when you get it right, it's very satisfying. And he's going to go around into turn 8, and on the right hand side you can see the GT pit box, GT3, and we're gonna switch over to Ghost now because he is on a lap.
hmm, of course. Well, the unfortunately I'm not the master of this track, so unfortunately most of the time I was losing. I'm losing time on those turns instead of gaining, but it will be fun to see how better drivers than myself will be able to handle it all.
He sets purple sector 1, while like a few other drivers already is on a lap who was not quick
Yeah,
enough for Ghost, so he is the quickest man on track as of now into Cops. Flat out. Oh, he chooses to do two downshifts and he lifts a bit. Might be cold tires, might be his setup not right, but into Beckett and Beckett he just done. onto the into the big hanger straight. The DRS is quite strong here with the slipstream, as we have Berkey, RJ Morris going alongside to let him through. Into Stowe, looked quite clean into the final chicane, turn 16, 17, and the final corner, turn 18. And that will be his lap rounding the final corner, and he goes to P1. Not a lot quicker though, 126.6. Robo Reaction goes to P2, Dredu P3, and Chevy P4, who is about 4 tenths or 6 tenths slower than P3. So not his best first lap, but we have a spectator driver, and that is Emu. Who? Oh, okay. Well, he's too quick for me.
Yes, exactly. Well, we have to keep in mind that Chevy is also a D3 reserve driver, so it's possible that he will not be able maybe to keep up to the pace of all those guys as Berkey crosses the line. And well, Shifty Wiza as well, and he's behind his fellow Aussie Chevy. Ooh, K5. Now yes, he put his oh my God, how do you say this? Well, he claims the pole position for now.
Oh, yeah, I remembered it was short qualifying, so there's no like this. It's just him on provisional pole. So I will spectate Tiger when he is on the lap. He is. Oh wait, I am stupid. He is also a Haas. I forgot he was a Haas. I didn't really check my track map good, but oh, Chocolate beats K5 with about 2 tenths, goes to provisional pole. 12 minutes left to go, so everyone still has like 3 runs left. Jay Morris across the line now. He can put his Mercedes on P2, 26.2, which is a pretty good spot. K5 loses 2 positions, ends up in P3. But now we're going to spectate Tiger, who has been suggested to spectate. Yeah, it's okay, KJ. We don't want you puking on stream, so it's all good. We are here to commentate until you feel well. But Tiger is going through cops, unlike Ghost. I think he chooses not to lift in cops, which is not a corner to not lift. So. And he just done Mackets and Beckett, looked quite clean. What is his purple sector? Oh, he's going purple sector as Mars goes to P1. It's about a tenth and 1 millisecond quicker than Chocolate, so he goes to provisional pole as of now. But Tiger into Stowe, heading down to the final chicane and the final corner. He went purple sector too, but I know purple sectors are quite broken. But rounding the final corner now, and he will put his Haas only P9 with a 26.7.
Yes, we are almost halfway through this session, and we have like basically almost everyone did their first run, apart from Bavish and Flo. I don't think Bavish will be able to mix it up in the top, but Flo definitely can. So it will be interesting how he will manage on his first run.
To switch over to him, who is first to start a lap, and it is Flo indeed. He is well known to be a very fast driver. So let's see where he can put his Alfa Romeo on a position where KJ will be happy, because he loves his boys. It's only one Alfa Romeo driving, so if Vlov can get good points today, KJ will also be satisfied, and hopefully he will get better.
Ooh.
He went a little bit wide on the grass there. A little bit wide. He didn't set a pro. Oh wait, he's crossing the line now.
Oh, of course, purple.
Yeah, I don't really believe it, because he went quite onto the grass. That he got a purple sector 1, but we continue. It's only his bunker lap. He has after this lap he has about 8 minutes when he is in the pit box, so he can just change for new tires. But when we see on his dash, we can see that he is running low on fuel. I mean, can he even finish his lap, or does he have to get into the pits and maybe refuel? Because I'm not sure if he can finish his lap now and then go around a whole nother lap
Well, it's his second lap only. Before was his out lap, so I imagine he just put just enough for out lap, and in lap.
That could also be it. I put around 4 to 5 laps in case if I mess up my lap, I can just
Yeah.
go again. But Vlov crossing the line, he is good enough or fast enough for P for a 126.2, which puts Shifty Wizza last, and Bavish is almost done with his lap, I think. Yep, he is in the final chicane. Turn 16, 17, and 18. Let's see where he can put his Aston Martin. He is reserving today, so let's see. Nope, it's only fast enough for P15. He is about 4 tenths slower than Shifty Wizza on P14. And I think that was all of your first runs, as we see a few drivers who I think are still on the lap. As we see Ghost, his second sector split was only 15 100ths of his own time, and his second sector split is about a tenth quicker. So I think that is a purple sector 1. I don't really believe it because he's only 1/10 up, so that will put him around P6 if he stays the same as Delta Y's in sector 3. But maybe he goes faster and maybe he goes slower. Well, we can see right now crossing the line. Yeah, as I already thought, he jumps up one position, P7. He goes about a tenth and a half quicker. I didn't really see how quicker he went, but he went about a tenth and a half quicker. And we see a few. There's only 4 drivers on track now. I think Vlov is on the end lap and Bavish is on the end lap, but Berkey is on the hot lap. Let's see where he can put his Mercedes at.
Ghost is 2 tenths up in his first sector. He's definitely burning through his tires, 100 degrees, but it's in Celsius, not in Fahrenheit.
Berkey goes to P6. He jumps up about 2 positions. So is that good enough? I gotta still get my mind in that this is short qualifying. So this is like the real deal. This is where you start in the sprint. So I gotta still. I was about to say he is through to Q2, but it's only short qualifying. So this is the final spots, as we see K5 M5 and Mars on the outlap. And
I am riding currently with Sliced Bread. He is currently 1.3 seconds is his time on the board, but he was almost 4 tenths up in his first sector. Now going through the famous part of this track onto the DRS straight, and he's over half a second faster on his current lap. So it might be a small bump, maybe 2-3 places.
he is P12 right now. Let's see where he can put his McLaren. His all-time was a 27.4. Let's see if he can go quicker now. Across the line he goes, and he goes a tad bit quicker. He goes 9 tenths quicker, which is only good enough for P9, but that is pretty fast. 9 tenths is a large gap to go. And riding on board with Mars, he is on a lap. He is about 2 tenths quicker, so that will put him the first man to breach the 126 threshold of a time. He can, if he stays this way, he goes still 2 tenths quicker, purple sector 2. If he stays this way, it will be about a 25.8. Let's see if he can improve more on his own time and increase that gap from P2. Rounding the final 2 corners, turn 16, 17, and 18. The final corner club right now. Across the line he goes, and he improves by almost 4 tenths, and he increases that gap with a 125.6. It's about 4 tenths now. That is that is a statement. But K5M5.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. K5M5 is also on the lap. Let's see if he can respond to Mars's time. I didn't see his first sector split.
100 faster, so basically the same pace.
100 faster.
Was. Yeah.
Well, let's see. In sector 2, there's quite tricky corners where you can gain a lot of time. Into Maggots and Beckers go flat out. Still in 8th gear. 1 gear shift down in 7th gear. Let's see his second sector split. It's about 2.6 tenths quicker, which does not put him on P1, but he needs. Oh, he invalidated! He invalidated!
Oh,
That is definitely not good. But does he still have time to go out once more? I don't believe so. Emu is also on the lap.
I think K5 if he will really to make a really slow, well, really fast button pressing in pit, then I think he might squeeze maybe one more lap. Depends how he's tired. What are tires he has left.
Well, I was about to say there was a crash in sector 1, but that was just a Haas going slow. That might be Ghost because he's on the out lap, and Tiger as well, so it might be any one of them. But Emu is in Mackett's and Beckett's currently. Let's see what his second sector split was or is. Let's see if he can put his McLaren a little bit further up the road. It's a 1/10 or 1.4 improvement. That would be about P7 only, so he needs a beast of sector 3 to put him higher up the grid. Right now in this final 3 corners, in this tricky chicane, you can lose all your time up to this if you make one mistake. But does he make any mistakes? Emu crosses the line to go P4. So I didn't even expect that one. He goes about 2.2 tenths quicker, and he puts his McLaren to P4, which is not a bad spot at all. But Dredude makes it a Red Bull 1-2. Unbelievable. I didn't even see that coming.
Yes, well, he did that while on Emu lap. That's interesting. Like in real life, maybe hopefully none of them will be like Checo, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't think we had a front row locked for one team this season.
No, it's going to be interesting if we can get a front row lockout for Red Bull this sprint. But let's see who else is on the lap. Berkey is he on the lap? He has 81% ERS, which you do not quite see often on this part of the track. Let's just see his second sector split. So he is not on the lap. He is 1 second down on his time. What about Ghost? He invalidated, but he's gonna start a lap now, so we'll check on him later. Who else is further down the road? Shifty Wizard goes into the pits. What about Bavish, who just finished a lap? He goes 2 tenths quicker, but still about 7 tenths slower than the position ahead of him. So it might just be P15 for him. But we only have a minute left, and we see K5 still on the outlap. So can he make it? I think he can. He still could make it with that 4 minutes when he got into the pits, and he has 1 minute to cross 1.5 sector around the Silverstone track. So it's gonna be still close for him. I hope he makes it.
In the meantime, Tiger is getting close to the finish line. He's up around 4 tenths on his original time, so he will definitely try to upgrade his position.
Yes, Tiger across the line now. Who goes P2?
Ooh.
He breaks the 2 Red Bulls in half. He puts a split in between them two with 125.8, which is really, really strong. Not strong enough for P1. Mars really cooked on that lap, but he breaks the 2 Red Bulls in half. Can Dredude possibly respond? He is about 7/100 up, so we'll come back to him later. K5 is about to start lap, so he needs to go a little bit quicker to make it. I'm not sure how much time he has. He has 10 seconds. Can he make it to the line? He has about 5 seconds. Can he still make it? I think he just can. He just can with 1 second almost remaining as Ghost goes P4, which is a pretty interesting time. Berkey jumps Ghost, who has finished his lap, so he will stay P4. Let's just get a look on K5 because he is a possible pole sitter for Silverstone. As we see a couple drivers taking the flags, Shifty Wizza and Bavish. Let's see K5's first sector split. It's 6/100 up on his time, which is not good enough for pole if you ask me, as Emu takes the checkered flag, goes P5, so Ghost loses a position there. He lost about 2 positions, ended up P4, and Berkey and Emu jumped him. Riding on board with K5 now into Cobb's corner, as if other sliced bread got the checkered flag as well. I don't think you will get traffic here in Mackett's and Beckett's because the driver in front of him also is on an out lap. I think that is Mars who is on a quick lap, but let's just see K5M5 is the second sector split, and it's 4 tenths up. It's 4 tenths up, and that is around Mars's time. Can K5 deny Mars on this pole position? Can K5 get, I think, his first pole position as Vlov goes so little quicker than Mars? Chocolate goes P3, takes the checker flag. Can K5 deny them both on pole position here in the last final corner? K5 across the line, and he goes pole position!
Ooh, what a time.
2 tenths quicker. What a time. He absolute cooked. Vlov came out of nowhere, but K5, I kind of expected him to take that pole, but I still couldn't believe Vlov taking P2. The two Red Bulls ended up separating each other by 3 cars. That is unbelievable. K5M5 is on pole for the Silverstone sprint.
Yes, great showing by him. And Tifosi can really celebrate this. We'll see how he will get on after sprint. And really, apart from those 2 tenths between K5 and Flo, really tight between top 10, you have to say.
Yes, it's pretty darn close between Chocolate Mars and Vlov. K5 was a little bit quicker than that, and J Mars was a little bit slower than that, but 2 to 4 positions is really close to each other. And I'm sorry, Jamie, I didn't see that one. I think I should be checking chat more often. I didn't quite see it. I was focusing on K5M5, but so I'm sorry. I don't know how you get your money back. Just watch the stream, I guess, and then you'll get 200. And Jundi Sundi said he got an ear rape, but it's a bad time because we just finished the session, so I'm gonna try an ear rape. I don't really have a good mic for this.
But K5R5 was the one on pole. He is 2 tenths quicker, but look at those times between Vlov and Chocolate. That is immaculate. 2 tenths, and there's just only like 3/100ths of a second between each other, and J-Moss is a little bit slower than that, but this is an amazing qualifying, and we'll see what K5M5 can do in the sprint and not fluke it like what Emu did on pole where he crashes. So we're going to the sprint right now.
I don't really know if I was it.
It was okay.
Was it okay? I mean, I don't
It
really have a good.
definitely was okay.
I mean, I can turn on my headset mic and be more ear rapey, but I don't know. Oh, you wanted air rape for the sprint start? Oh, come on, you should have said. I mean, yeah, it was too late now, but it doesn't matter.
Well, it will be interesting. Ferrari, like I said, Ferrari on front in this race and also in constructors championship, they have around 50 points advantage above the second team Alpha. So they will be looking maybe to capitalize on that and maybe further the distance.
Let's see if he cannot fluke it like Emu did when he was on pole all those times.
Hey, show Papaya some love. I won't let you slander Papaya here.
Okay. I
He's
mean,
the best. He's the best around.
I mean, you're looking at the constructors points right now, yes?
Hopefully, well, there won't be a bad weather this race, I hope. Because yes, I'm looking at those points, unfortunately.
I have no clue, like what are the standings right now?
Oh, well, the Ferrari is first. There's Alfa Romeo behind them around 50 points, and there's like 3 teams around together around 10 points. There's Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, and Red Bull. Then there's a gap, and there's like 4 teams fighting for 5th spot for now. It's Aston, McLaren, AlphaTauri, and Alpine. 9th is Williams, and 10th is Haas.
Yeah, recreating real life into our league, I guess. I mean, I think AlphaTauri is last, but doesn't really matter. Commentate curse on K5. Yeah, sure, we'll start him. Is cursing, as you might have maybe heard on last or a couple other streams before this, I'm not really good at cursing, but I'll try my best. I'll try my best to curse him. The drivers are getting the heads up to ready up at about in a minute, like about right now actually. It's 7:59. I mean it's 8:59 for me now, but in British Standard Time, it's 7:59, and we're gonna see who gets a good start. It's dry, so people might get better starts than others. I got a phenomenal start yesterday, but that was in the wet, so I cannot talk about anything. I got a bad start in the dries in the race, but yeah, I still won
Well,
it though.
well, I imagine if it's dry on start, then there's no point of even if it will start raining during the sprint. I don't think there will be. Oh, as we are getting ready for formation lap, and yeah, I don't think is everyone on. I need to check the tires.
Tires. Oh, there's a couple other strategies.
Yeah, there's 3 medium guys. They don't trust softs. Yeah, I can relate to that. I am terrible when it comes to tire degradation, so yeah, I also went for mediums. We'll see how it will pay out.
Yep, maybe the softs will drop off quite badly. Yesterday we saw that the softs were not really that great in the race. I cannot. Yeah, in the sprint it was wet, so we didn't use softs. It's not B. Oh wait. Oh, we're not on BST anymore, or British. Okay. Well then not, I guess. But how do I feel about my first win yesterday? It was amazing. I mean, I recorded qualifying and the sprint, but I forgot to record the race, which was sad, big sad, because the race was really, really entertaining, battling with excellence and a little bit with you, Jamie, and strategies coming into play. So we have, yep, as we have
Yeah,
K5 on pole, he's gonna absolutely dominate. He's gonna get the best start here. Vlov is gonna be nowhere. KJ is gonna be big sad. Vlov is gonna just spin out. He's gonna get too much traction, and then his full traction control will just spin him out, and K5 will win by 20 seconds.
Yes, no question about that. But it will be also interesting to see how our drivers will tackle this sprint. Will they, risk it and maybe, drive a bit, like a real race, and risk sometimes, or will maybe just keep it still, keep it safe until the main race?
Yeah.
That will be also interesting to see.
I mean, it's only a sprint, so even if K5 loses 2 positions here, it does not really matter that much, because there's still a race to drive. As we see drivers entering the pit box, as Vlov really came fast in that pit box. I thought he overextended it, but he didn't. Do we have any disqualifications?
He spinned on the straight. That's why he went that fast.
Okay. Well, looks like green flags are waving here in Silverstone for the sprint race, and after for the main race. There's 5 red lights, and away we go for the Silverstone sprint race. Who gets the better start? And I think it's Vlov on P2 who gets quite the better start, but K5 denies him. He stays in the lead into turn 1, as we see a couple position changes, as we have a yellow flag in sector 1 and a Chevy Wolves who might have been spun out, but K5 take the lead. Mars is holding his own on those medium tires, as we see a lot of scraps happening in the midfield. J Moore is making up some positions. He stayed on his positions, but he is looking in that slipstream. There's 2 wide in front of him, AlphaTauri and a Red Bull of Chocolate and Mars. Mars is going to be vulnerable on those mediums, but the mediums were going to be very good later on in the sprint. And it's a pretty good start for the top 5, as we see a lot of position changes at the bottom side and the mid and the back of the pack, as we go into Mega Beckett's for the first time in these 9 laps. As I saw a driver go wide in the background, but it looked everything is looking clean. Everyone is closing really close to each other, as we see Tiger trying to go for a move on Dreadwood on those medium compounded tires around the outside. He might go, breaks early, tries to go for the switchback. Can he pull it off? No, he cannot. Dredu defends that switchback very good. Is he trying to go down the inside in this chicane? He does not. He stays on his position, making him lose a little bit of time. But I think it just will be good enough for him to stay on his position. But I think Dredu makes a mistake because Tiger is in front of him right now. And Dredu is all over the place. I don't know if it's his tires or he might have damage or he is just out of shape. He's losing a position. He might lose another position here on the straight, but he's falling apart, looks like.
In the meantime, K5M5 just pulls his lead. Is now off. Ooh, as we have a crash in the back. There's Haas and Mercedes.
Haas and Mercedes apparently. Yeah, I see it on the track map. Ghost got a 5-second penalty, and Dredu also retires from the race. What happened to him? Can we see an onboard view of him? He just went straight on. On the track map, it looks like, and we have a virtual safety car. That was proper weird. I don't know what happened to Dredu.
I have no idea as well. I focused on the back, what happened in the back, and then Dredu just, like Spanish Inquisition, he just came from nowhere and didn't have.
Diamond Berkey might have crashed with Ghost because Ghost got a 5-second penalty and there was a brief yellow flag in sector 1, but it's green flag running again here in Silverstone. I couldn't get out of my words as Jay Moore's got a slight bit of oversteer. Emu is hunting him down. He's about 4/10 slower than him, so he must have gained a little bit of time. DRS is enabled for this lap, so he will get DRS. He's gonna only use it in this lap. He might overtake him now, or he might overtake him next few laps. Let's see. Jay Moore has lost a lot of time, 2.6 seconds the gap now to Chocolate. That top 4 is getting quite close to each other now. As we go on board with Emu, let's see what Emu can do on this first DRS straight. Can he make a move? No, he cannot make a move. He is just a little bit too far away into turns 6, 7 and 8, I believe, into Laffield. And now onto the straight into Cops. He's not gonna pull a Hamilton because he's too far back. And
I think Chocolate might try to move now on the DRS straight on Mars. Oh, he just got back into DRS, or did he not? No, Mars don't have DRS. So yeah.
So we see a couple position changes. Chocolate got in front of Mars. Looks like Mars is on those medium tires. I don't think they're the right choice because he's losing quite a bit of time. He lost about 3/10 to Jay Morris as well, so he just has to settle behind him for the next DRS straight. But as K5 gets the fastest lap, 27.9, he is comfortable in that lead, the 1.6 second gap. And Chocolate trying to go for that sprint podium, start P3 in the race. Hopefully Mars' tires will get better in a couple of laps, but his tires will get quick. Ooh, as he got a little bit of an oversteer moment, and I don't think he can make a move now. As Emu is still behind Jay Morris, couldn't quite make a move on the hanger straight. Looks like he's gonna settle behind him still. Mars is losing quite a bit of time to Jay Morris. I think it was 2.7 tenths last, or 2.7 seconds last lap, and it's now down to 2 seconds. So that must not be good for him. He stays in that DRS from Chocolate, but I think his tires are done.
Robot reaction, a great move on the outside on sliced bread. Unfortunately, I say it as a proud McLaren member. But sliced bread still in there, still in the points. Ooh, Chocolate now overtakes Flo.
Chocolate making moves here. He might have good pace to maybe catch K5M5. He made 2 moves in the last two laps, one on Mars and one on Vlov on that long DRS straight. But now he does not have DRS because he's 1.8 seconds behind K5M5. So as he is already out of touch on DRS from Vlov. So he has free air without DRS from someone behind. So we can see his true pace now, but he's running low on ERS, as I think I saw his backlights flashing. But now we can see his true pace in fresh air, as he is now 1.5 seconds behind K5M5 for the lead.
And Jay Morris and Emu already caught up with Mars and Flo. So I think Mars made a small mistake, a small spin that that made Jay Morris catch him. And yeah, it will be interesting what our D3 champion can do from this position.
He is P5 right now. He stays. He stayed in this position. He is the only driver to stay in his position apart from K5M5. So he didn't win, but he didn't lose anything. For K5M5 is good, but Jay Morris, I think he wanted to get another position here. As we go onto the hangar straight, can Mars possibly make a move on Vlov again? And as Vlov is running low on ERS, Mars is on the medium tires, but Mars is not gonna try and make a move. Maybe next lap, or he's gonna go down the inside in this chicane, and that is not the case as well. He's just gonna have to settle behind him. He does have DRS, so if he stays close, I think he can overtake him again. Maybe on the straight in sector 1 and other in on the straight, on the hangar straight, because that's a really long DRS zone, and I don't think this first DRS zone is long enough for him to overtake Vlov. But he's about 2 tenths behind him. He's trying to get a good exit here. He knows Vlov doesn't have ERS, and he knows he has ERS. But Jay Morris is closely catching him from behind. As Mars is catching him, Mars is catching Vlov. Down the inside he goes. He's trying to take the position from Vlov. Vlov is trying to go for the switchback, but it didn't quite work. Mars keeps ahead of Vlov, which is an amazing move. But now Jay Morris could be capitalizing from this fact that Vlov lost a bit of time. Maybe his tires are starting to drop off. They both have not much ERS. As Vlov made a little bit of a mistake here. Can Jay Morris make a move in Mackets and Beckets, where you cannot really make a move? And there's contact between the two. Jay Morris goes a little bit wide as he enters rather unsafely, as Mars also went wide a bit, but he re-enters safely as Jay Morris going into the DRS, going into the slipstream, sending it down the inside into Stowe. He went a little bit wide. That makes Vlov trying to make a switchback move, but couldn't quite make it. Here comes Emu down the outside. Can Emu takes this position? Yes he can. I didn't even see him coming, but what a move from Emu out of nowhere.
Yeah, on DRS straight he had really good pace, but he was being blocked by the guys in front of him. But yeah, he was patient and he got through. Nice, kudos to him.
As there's now a battle for for third place. I mean, there's I think a 1, 2, 3, 4 battle for P3. Oh, a yellow sector. Vlov spun.
Yeah.
No way he did.
Yeah, all by himself.
All by himself, Vlov. There was a huge kill issue from his end, and he's going really slow now. That is unbelievable what he just done. He was in a really good position, but I think his tires were done. His tires were worn, and he couldn't do anything of it. He is down to P12, which is not really good for him in a race. So, but switching back to Emu making moves. Emu is about 4 tenths behind Jay Morris. Jay Morris still has DRS of Mars, so Emu cannot really get close enough. Maybe next lap. I guess they have to just keep on battling for that P3 spot.
As in the meantime, McLaren with sliced bread is in a real fight with Bavish of Aston. Well, he was fighting with both of those Astons, but now it seems like Bavish is creating a space for robot reaction, and sliced bread has some real trouble of getting over him. And considering Bavish is a D3 reserve driver, I can assume he's only irritated about that, but he's still in the points.
I gotta say, the two Aston Martin drivers doing proper well in this sprint. They jumped up, Robo Direction jumped up 6 positions, and Bavish jumped up 8 positions while being a D3 reserve. So really good stuff from him. if he can hold this together, he will start P7 or P8 as he gets overtaken by Sliced Bread now down the inside of this long right or left-hander heading into this right-hander now. That's they're on a scrap. Just fighting, keeps on fighting each other for that P7 for in the race. I don't think they can catch a rubble reaction. But look at this. Bavish just has balls of steel and goes down the inside of Meckets and Beckett's. We've seen that move already from Emu. Or from Jay Morris, I think it was. Who was it again? I forgot. But
Yeah, I think it was Jay Morris, yeah.
But these two keep on fighting a sliced bread heading down the outside again. As we have a yellow flag, it's Robot's reaction. He was on good pace to set a good position for in the race, but I think he spun out by himself because was a big gap behind him and in front of him. And as we head into this final lap, let's switch over to the front of the pack. Mars is in that P3 spot. Can he possibly get close enough to make a move on Chocolate, who jumped up 2 positions? So if he can hold this together, he will start P2 from the race, and I think that will be his best position to start from yet. And Jay Morris and Emu are quite catching the front pack a lot, as Emu is now incredibly close on Jay Morris. Heading in to Cops right now, turn 9. Let out into Meggets and Beckett's for the final time in the sprint. Jay Morris is almost losing touch from DRS from Mars, but Mars is incredibly close. I'd rather want to watch that battle instead, because he is 4 tenths behind him as we have another yellow flag. Mars is gonna burn all his DRS, all his ERS. Is he going to make a move? Yes, he can. Late moves by Chocolate side by side on this last lap through Stowe. Mars has to back out. That was incredibly late moving from Chocolate, but it's all come down to this. K5 N5 holds his nerves. He's going to win the sprint here in Silverstone and start from P1 in the race. Chocolate, an amazing drive for him. He will start P2. Mars is fast enough for P3, where he started and where he ended. Jay Morris jumps up a position. Emu and Sliced Bread jumps up 9 positions in total. Bavish as a D3 driver jumps up 8 positions. Ghost 2. Tiger lost a few positions. I think, yeah, Ghost got that 5-second penalty with collision from Berkey. Shifty Wazzo will complete P11, and Chevy Walls will round the final corner to start P12 from the race. Vlov with that awful mistake. He could have ended up in the top 5, top 4, or maybe top 3 even if he made moves quick. He made that awful mistake, and he will start not last on the grid, I think. No, because Treadwood and Berkey are still behind him, but he will start rather last on the grid. But that was a pretty entertaining sprint, if you ask me.
Yeah, apart from the fact that K5 did a small Verstappen on guys, then the overall race, and for me, driver of the day was Bavish. I don't know what game tells you. And yes, a very interesting race, many fights, but overall clean fights. I know there's been like this incident with Berkey and Ghost. I'm interested what happened there and what happened to Dreadwood, because his DNF came out of nowhere. But very, very exciting race, as you said.
But there's even more to come, because we're going into the main race now. I think there's 26 laps around this beautiful track. So there's 26 laps worth of action. Bafish is happy with his driver of the day. Well deserved, jumping up like 8 positions. He takes 2 points for the D3 reserve, so that's really good stuff for him in a D2 lobby. So let's see what he can do on on race pace, in long-term stints, on maybe the mediums or maybe the hards. I heard from K5M5 that it was gonna be raining. Doesn't seem rainy to me, because it looked rather blue outside.
Yes.
Not really a lot of clouds on my perspective.
Yes, but maybe they will come during the race. You never know. It's England after all.
As we wait for the drivers to get the green light, I think
Do you
it
think
will.
that Do you think maybe Flo has like a hidden strategy that he said that he thought that, sprint isn't that much points, so he will finish last and he will go for driver of the day on the main race.
Maybe he says like, I'm too good, you know. I'll start from last on the grid and then just do a nice little charity race for everyone and just overtake everyone. But
We'll see.
we'll see. As we just wait on the drivers to get the green light. Pretty entertaining race. Let's see how entertaining or pretty entertaining sprint, and let's see how entertaining this race will be.
Yeah, we can have different strategies because people might use medium softs, people might use hard softs. Although yesterday they didn't prove, well, they didn't look like a very good strategy. Medium hards medium. We'll see.
As we see a lot of different variety of strategies. Um, Top four starting on the medium, trying to get a better start and trying to create a big gap. And Emu 2, Shifty Wazza starting on the hards, and behind that Chevy Wolves on mediums. A disqualification, not even half a sector into the formation lap from Dreadwood. I think he might have hit someone, but Vlov completes Vlov completes the one. Oh wait, oh no, he doesn't complete the final hard runner. Dreadwood is also on the hards, and Berkey will complete the final medium runner. So it's pretty interesting. Let's see. My mediums were not quite that good yesterday, because I was battling like not. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't. I wasn't supposed to be battling with excellence yesterday, but I did for some reason. I didn't think of possible like dragging each other along. But my mediums was dead in about 14 laps. So let's see what the pit strategies will be today. Of course, maybe there will be a safety car. Yesterday there wasn't, but this is a whole different lobby, so we're just gonna only have to wait and see.
Well, I wanted to use yesterday mediums for 12 laps, but on 12th lap I got disconnected. So yeah, AI didn't pit for me, unfortunately. But yeah, I like starting on mediums because I think it's like the most comfort strategy. You have most outs out of it if there's safety car or if there's no safety car. So I quite like starting on mediums.
Let's see if the hard runners can keep behind of the medium runners. Emu will lead the pack of the hard runners. If he just chills in the DRS and waits till the pit window, he can gain a lot of time. Maybe win this race on strategy. But if he chooses to fight, or if he's too slow for Jay Morris and catches out of him his DRS, he just has to set consistent lap pace to gain further positions up on the grid. But the drivers are lining up in the grid now for the second time this season. Let's see who gets the better start here, Chocolate or K5? As everyone is lined up on the grid, the green flags are waving, the red lights are about to turn on. There's 4 red lights and there's 5 red lights here in Silverstone. Let's see who gets the better start. It's 5 red lights here, and we go here in Silverstone as we see Jay Morris gets a wonderful start side by side here with Chocolate. Can he get the position done? Chocolate is still side by side with him. Jay Morris down the inside. K5 got a wonderful start. He profits them battling right now to gain up that time. But they're still side by side with him. Can Jay Morris eventually get this position? Yes, he can.
Very clean racing so far. I'm focused on the middle to the back of the pack, and apart from Dreadwood being forced a bit into the grass, everyone is trying to keep it safe. So it's really nice to see.
Jay Morris jumped up 2 positions on the start. That is huge, but he is still not out of touch of K5 M5. This will be the same battle, I think, a couple of races ago for K5 M5 and Jay Morris, or was it Jay Morris and Mars? I don't know exactly, but we know Jay Morris is a fast driver. Let's see what he can do. The D3 champion. Check tires. I was on tires like 2 seconds ago, but okay.
Do you know maybe why Babish doesn't we can't see his interval?
Oh, is he side
Because
by
I
side with
also
someone?
have
No.
I have I also have this, you have like plus minus. We have no, because I
Yeah,
also have this like bug.
that is really interesting. I don't know why. I don't know why it says that. K5,
In
of
the
course. Yeah.
Yeah, in the meantime, Flo does really want to. Yeah, he overtakes. Oh no, he doesn't yet. He really wants to get through Davish as soon as he can and just chase after the rest of the guys.
The start has been rather entertaining, but let's see. Jay Morris is catching up on K5M5, wanting to make a move there. Just got a little of a dummy, pull the dummy, and let's see if he can take the lead of this race in lap 2. There's no DRS, so he has to settle with slipstream and ERS. It's not really that smart to burn all your ERS in the beginning stages of the race. I mean, if you're starting on softs with everyone around you on harder compounded tires, so J Morris went a little bit wide, then you would be burning a lot of ERS, but I don't know why you should be burning ERS in these stages, but J Morris is quite 4/10. I don't think he can settle with slipstream to try and make a move. He is gaining small bits of time though. Chocolate is really keeping close to him. He is closer to J Morris than J Morris is on K5M5. So let's see, DRS will be activated in this lap. Let's see if someone capitalizes from that fact and try and make a move as Chocolate takes the fastest lap. He is quite burning a lot of ERS. He's on 50-ish% now. Let's see if someone can make a move in these DRS zones. Maybe in the first DRS zone, or maybe even on the second. Probably on the second, because that is longer and the slipstream will be huge there. Mars is fairly close to Chocolate. He lost about one position on the start because Jay Moore's got a flyer of a start. He is on the same strategy as the top 4 in front of him. He lost DRS from Emu as well. That's honestly what you have to do if you're starting on the mediums. He's keeping close with the top 4, which is good. I think he can just chill in the DRS, or he is going to make moves. We can only see in this DRS straight, but first we have Mackets and Beckett's to go.
And going back to your ERS theory, I don't think, especially on this track, it's smart to burn all your ERS early, because, well, the theory behind burning ERS early is you can do it when you can have safety car early, a possibility of safety car while you can recover this ERS. Here, not a big chance. Interesting to see in Aston if they will, if Babish will let through. Yes, he lets through.
But
Robot, I think. Sorry.
Mars is making moves on Chocolate. It was again a late turn point on the straight for Chocolate, but Mars was able to make a move. He's up into P3 where he started. So does he have pace to keep Chocolate behind? Because Chocolate is a very fast driver. We saw it in the sprint. Let's see what he can do on long stints though. Mars is gaining on J Morris pretty quick. He is less than 2/10 behind J Morris. Can Mars possibly make a move on this straight? He's gonna pull a dummy, but he's not gonna make a move. He brakes a little bit later, a little bit of a loft tap on J Morris's rear and parts of the car. They're still keeping really close battles behind. This is really close.
Yeah, it's not looking like in sprint at all, where K5 just escaped from everyone. Ferry, everyone on those tires are close. And you have a small gap with Imu, and then small gap with a train led by sliced bread.
As J Morris got a little bit of a road to curb, just a little bit, that might make Mars on the offense. Don't think he can. Chocolate can also not make a move on Mars as well. I think they still have to settle behind each other. The gap between Chocolate and Emu is about almost 2 seconds, so if they can increase that gap, that would be lovely for their strategy. And if not, then they have to settle with pace. But that was 5 laps. Still really, really close behind. This is really this is incredibly close.
Oh, we have a spin. Berkey spins with, I think he maybe had a contact with Bavish. I only unfortunately caught the end of it. But I think it was during fight with Bavish.
As we see now, Bavish jumped up from P 6, I think, all the way to P 12, battling as we have another yellow flag, and
Oh,
that is Chevy Wolves, who's
Wolves.
retired from the race. As we see, his car is almost vertical, as we see a little bit of a debris on the track, and there's not a safety car. It's cleared up pretty quickly, but coming down to this top 4 battle again, Emu caught up by 5/10, about 5/10. He got a gap from him and Tiger, so he can just chill on this pace. He's closing in on the top 4 on those hard tires. Looks like nobody is bound to make a move. I think they're still just chilling behind each other and not fighting, heavy fighting, because that would burn their tires pretty quick as well. Ooh, Mars got really close to the back end of J Morse's car. Emu crashing odds.
None.
None. I think he'll do good. He'll do good. He's on a good strategy. He's not far behind the medium runners.
Yeah, he catching up to them.
Yep. He's about 1 second now. So if you can get into in the ERS or DRS from Chocolate, that would be good for him. He can just chill behind there. But J Morris is incredibly close to K5. Is he going to make a move? No, he's just gonna settle behind him into turn 6, 7, and 8. Luffield. Mars was getting really close behind J Morris. J Morris just cannot really quite take the lead. I think he's really stuck behind K5 M5, especially on the hanger straight, because he's still he's keeping that 4/10 behind K5, who Mars went a little bit wide. That might compromise his spot. Nope, he stays ahead of Chocolate with a good gap. But coming down to J Morris, he is rather close to K5 M5 compared to last lap. Is he going to try and make a move here on K5 M5 as I sit on my controller on accident? I'm sorry about that, but J Morris got the move done. He takes the lead of the Silverstone GP. K5 M5 can make the move back, and J Morris is once again leading a Grand Prix here.
In the meantime, we have a big scrap for 6th spot. Tiger managed to get through all of them, but they are now, well, Sliced Bread is trying to fight back, as Flo as well is in that.
Flo got a 3-second penalty, and that might have been an incredibly cut from him. He almost rammed Sliced Bread off the track, but he's Fluff is making moves, and he is up to P7, but he already got a 3-second penalty. As Sliced Bread is really getting out of shape, as he gets overtaken by Ghost here on the first sector straight, heading down this long left-hander. Pretty easy to lock up or go wide. Looks like he's still side by side with Sliced Bread. Sliced Bread is still holding on to this position. Onto the straight here on the right-hand side is a GT pit lane. As we see a lot of scrap down the inside. No, Sliced Bread is not pulling a Hamilton, but Ghost is running wide though, so that makes Sliced Bread try and make a move on Ghost, but he's just too far back. I think Ghost re-entered the track good enough to keep Sliced Bread behind as he gets all out of shape. But heading to this fight again, this is a heavy scrap as Mars down the inside on K5. Can he try and make a move as there's bit of contact? J Moore's got a 3-second penalty, and here comes Chocolate saying thank you very much. And look at this battle. Mars is going down the inside of Chocolate then. Please no contact, because that will be horrible. Chocolate goes incredibly wide. Chocolate loses 2 positions to Emu. He comes out of nowhere to take the position on those hard tires. I think his tires are cooking. He can just chill in the DRS now, but he wants to make move. He's hungry.
he definitely is, but I think he will still try to take it patient. He knows he has. Further they go, the better his tires will be. So he might just, like before, just wait for his opportunity and use the gap that creates, that is created.
As there's a 5-second gap between Chocolate and Tiger now. Emu got. He's doing pretty well, staying in that medium pack. Switching over on board with K5 now onto the hangar straight. A lot of lag there. I thought he just went off, but he has DRS on Jay Morris. Can he possibly take the lead again of the Silverstone GP? Down the inside he goes into Stowe. Can he go for a move on board with Jay Morris? Maybe go for a switchback, but he's not quite done it yet. Down the inside here, maybe in the chicane, and he stays behind him. K5M5 takes the lead again, but Jay Morris got a 3-second penalty for going wide last lap, and that will hurt him pretty bad.
Yes. Well, K5 so far has no warnings, so he's in better shape than K5 definitely. I need to check Mars as well to see, because they can always come into play. Well, Mars is on 2 warnings, so he doesn't have room for mistake anymore. Definitely K5 is in best position of those 3.
Mars is incredibly close, but so is Emu. As Jay Morris down the inside on K5 again. Jay Morris takes the lead once again here in Silverstone. Looks like Jay Morris finally, or the top 3 finally started scrapping for the lead. I think you want to pit around lap 14 and you want to be the first man into the pit, so that's why they're fighting right now. Maybe if you get a bad pit stop, then you will keep behind, but if you get a good pit stop, you'll stay ahead. But this battle is immaculate right now. Looks like yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's also like, almost like who blinks first and goes for the undercut first out of those guys. That might be also interesting, as we still have fights between them. Oh, it's amazing to watch.
This is incredibly clean as well. K5 takes the lead. They're still scrapping again, Jay Morris and K5. Mars wants to be involved as well, but can't quite get the opportunity to quite make a move here. Emu is doing pretty well behind Mars. He's 2 tenths up. Chocolate is losing a little bit of time, not much though. He's 6 tenths behind, so it's not dramatically far ahead, but he is not really close behind Emu as well. This is incredibly close on this first DRS straight again, and Jay Morris wanting to make a move. You want to pit first, that is clear here, but they're really scrapping for it.
Well, Davita, unfortunately, I won't be singing live on broadcast, but I will sing if Imo win. Then I will definitely sing.
Well,
Because you have no idea how many takes it takes me to have a clean verse.
well, it looks like Emu has some pressure on himself as we go on to the hangar straight once again. Can Jay Morris capitalize from the fact that he has full battery and DRS? Look at this top 5 battle. He can't really quite make a move. I think he's staying behind. It's lap 10 going into lap 11 now. Mars is also getting quite close as well, but Mars is a smart driver, so he won't make unnecessary moves behind. And if he can possibly win here in win a race, I mean he has won a race in the past, I think, but has he won races in season 2 yet? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know, but I can. I'm sorry, who were you talking about? Because I was
Mars.
focused a bit on Flo, on Mars, on Flo and on Tiger, because they are all recreating the fight of the top 5, because they also like really clean, really close together. But yeah, let me check the Mars for you.
As Bavish pits first for soft tires, as we saw yesterday, that didn't work well. But Jay Morris, I think he made a move on K5 because I remember him staying in the lead, and they're really scrapping for it. The pit window is bound to go open for the medium tires, and they want to be the first man to enter that pit lane. hopefully without a 5-second penalty. Mars is incredibly close to K5M5. If he can nail the exit on Magnussen Beckett, he can make a beautiful move. Finally, to get out of that P3 spot. DRS is open. He is incredibly close. Here comes Mars, maybe going for a move 2. There's 3 wide heading into Stowe. J Morris gets overtaken by 2 drivers. J Morris and Mars are side by side. K5M5 takes the lead. Mars is in front of J Morris, and that's how you can lose 2 positions in one straight. J Morris down in P3. This is incredible.
It's a fantastic fight. And to answer your question, yes, Mars won a race, and it was in fact the last race in Canada he won.
Last race in Canada. Can
Yeah.
he win a race? Can he win again?
We'll see.
That is the big question. That is a big question mark. Can he win 2 races in a row? Mars, he is definitely capable of doing it. Wait, are you still on that screen?
Which, yes, well, depends. I have few screens.
Yeah. Has K5 won yet?
Oh yeah, he won.
Oh,
No,
he did.
sorry, he didn't won. Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, he
that
didn't.
was. I will see. Give me a second. No, his best race result was second, but he was on 4 podiums in 4 races.
4 podiums, 4 races. That's what you call consistency.
Yeah.
Mr. George Russell 2.0, as Mars has balls of steel once again in Magnussen Beckett's making the move, which makes him vulnerable for the hanger straight. That is really interesting, him making a move here, but K5M5 got a little bit of a scrap exit. K5M5 has DRS, so that is Mars being vulnerable side by side with him now, maybe into Stowe, side by side here. No, K5 takes the lead. Mars made quite an unnecessary move into Magnussen Beckett, which making him lose another position here. But the pit window is legit bound to go open maybe in 1 or 2 laps, so this is incredibly crucial for strategy.
That's as Flo is trying to hound off Hasses off of his back. They are not keeping, they are not gaining to the top 5, which they should be in theory if they want to do something on those hard tires, if they want to, get better place. But they are not. But they are maybe because they're busy fighting each other, and still along the field there's many different fights, but everyone is trying to really keep it clean.
Mars, well, you said it, Mars took the lead again. KJ, I have no clue if he was gonna ring. K5M5 told us that it was going to be a mixed condition race, so I'm not sure actually. But this top 3 is less than 3/10 or less than 3 tenths separated from each other. This is what you call close battling, and Emu is not that far off behind him as well. K5M5 with 3.5 tenths to go on this straight. Can he take the lead again from Mars? Mars goes defensive, side by side with Mars. Mars eventually gives up the lead again from K5. Is someone going to box in this lap? Yes, it is Chocolate trying to undercut them all. He brakes quite early, so he has to accelerate again. And he is the first medium to pit, as we have a yellow flag in Sector 2, and it is Ghost. What happened to him? He might have been having contact with Tiger or Vlov. Tiger got in the lead. Tiger got ahead of Vlov at the end, which is good for him, but not good for Ghost, because he falls back a lot of positions.
He didn't pit, so maybe he didn't get damaged. But going back to the weather, I think it might rain, because as you remember, we started the session, there was clear blue skies, and now it's definitely cloudy. So if I know a bit about this game, then the rain might be coming. But will it be enough? It might come just in an end when it will really doesn't matter. So yeah, rain might be coming, I think.
You might be right, because Chocolate is pitting on softs, so he might make the same mistake as Excellence, but he is pitted onto the soft tires, which makes him vulnerable in about 8 laps, or maybe at the end. But this I think you're right, the rain is coming, but in the meanwhile there's still a scrap between K5M5 Mars and J Morris and Emu. Can K5M5 once again take the lead? Mars overtakes him separately from the hanger straight. K5M5 down the inside from Mars. He takes the lead. Can Mars make a switch back? He is incredibly close. No one is going into the pits again from the medium runners, so they keep out one more lap. One more lap. Maybe Berkey is gonna pit. He is the last. He is the fourth and the last medium runner, apart from this top three. But Mars has to rethink his choices here because he is overtaking K5M5 and on unnecessary spots, and he gets easily overtaked again on the hanger straight. So he has to rethink his overtaking choices, but he is incredibly close. He does not have a lot of choices because he has DRS and DRS and he has slipstream. He's incredibly close again, side by side with K5M5, and Mars takes the lead once again. There must have been like 20 position changes in the last 10 or 15 laps here. It's incredible.
Imo lost it. Oh no, sorry, I got lagged. But it starts raining. It started to rain.
I see it on my screen as well. I think, yeah, Mars, K5M5 and J Morris are just staying out. They're staying out till the rain gets heavier and heavier. But you were right, it's going to rain here in Silverstone. It's only light rain, so if it starts pouring right now, then they box this lap. But if it doesn't start pouring, they have to stay out for one more lap. This might benefit Chocolate a lot, or this might not benefit Chocolate. But K5M5 down the inside again from Mars. Is he going to take this lead? Yes, he is. Mars could be going for a switchback here. Wonderful switchback, and they're going in, not into the pit lane. I thought Mars was going into the pit lane there, but Mars still takes the lead. There's quite a bit of raindrops on my screen, so they might pit next lap. J Morris and Emu just keeping behind them. 8.2 second gap behind. In front, the top four from Vlov. As Robot Reaction gets a 5-second penalty for being in the pit lane. We might see those more often because everyone is bound to go in the pit for this heavy rain. As Mars gets a little bit scrappy on throttle there. DRS is still activated, so Mars or K5M5 can still capitalize from the DRS while he still can. But he is too far. I see puddles on the ground.
Yes.
On the ground.
And the Robot Reaction and Redwood and the Ghost already put inters on. The rain doesn't look like much, but on the track you can see on the surface that this water is really piling up. So yeah, it will. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I got shocked because Mars got a 3-second penalty for going a little bit too deep into turn 8. And he just cut the corner just a little bit, but they will, yeah, as you said, the intermediate runners that has pitted right now, might benefit a lot as DRS is disabled, which is huge for Mars, because K5M5 was right about on that DRS mark. But look at the rain, look at the spray that's coming off of these cars. I think you have to pit now. You're stupid if you don't.
If DRS is closed, then you have to pit for inters. There's no other way. And as we see, yeah, they are all pitting, and it will be interesting to see how the inters guys can gain on this. Ooh, Morris got 5.
Yeah, J Morris got 5 seconds. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I was about to say. Everyone going into the pit lane. We have about 2 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane yet. Can Mars stay ahead? Yeah, he can. Easily. He will stay ahead. But who else? I think, yeah, Robot Reaction is just too far from the pit lane to the end to take the lead. But the biggest loss of this race, I think it might be Chocolate, because Chocolate lost a lot there. As we head on to the intermediates, he lost his potential podium, potential win to pit on Sos to try and undercut everyone, but the rain came sooner than he expected, and he is almost last place. He is outside of the top 10. Still gets 2 points though if he stays where he's at, or if he finishes where he is at, but this is not where you want to be.
But look how much time Mars gained already on K5M5.
Yes, he is. To 1.5 already. That is huge. He might win 2 races in a row. This is interesting. Yeah, this is really interesting. Maybe the skill is different from dry to race. We gotta remember, if we go to penalties, Jay Morris has, wow, as I go into the penalties, Jay Morris gets another 3-second penalties. He has 11 seconds now, but Mars also has 3 seconds, so Mars has to stay out of the 3-second gap from to K5 M5, which is good news to K5.
K5 is still clean as a whistle when it comes to the warnings, so he's just chilling.
He is chilling. Does he? So I'm guessing he doesn't have any warnings.
No, not at all.
He is definitely chilling. And in the rain, it's more difficult to get warnings. Oh, big snaps of oversteer for Jay Morris. Can Emu capitalize? He lost definitely. Jay Morris lost wow, English. Definitely lost a lot of time to the top two and Emu. Emu is right in his gearbox now. So this might be the end for Jay Morris.
Well, it depends, you know. There can always be a safety car, so you never know.
Yep. Exactly. There's still 8 more laps ish around this track. As we almost have our first blue flags waving around for Bavish. They're incredibly close to each other. Emu's losing quite a touch with Jay Morris.
Do you think maybe the conditions were worse even for wets?
As I'm seeing on the track now, I mean, I don't think
Well,
it's raining.
not now, but you know, later, because you know it was one lap when they basically started raining and they closed the RS. It was basically on the distance of one lap.
Yeah, it was incredibly. This is that's it's raining quite heavily, so it might at the like the end of the race. I don't if it's gonna be full wet, it needs to start pouring right now.
Yeah. As the pack, you know, there's as there are a lot of distance between drivers now, really close together. Right now are only Dreadwood and Ghost fighting for P8, and Berkey with Sliced Bread, who's unfortunately going wrong way started going wrong way in this race, meaning backwards. But from what I can say, he said he has diffuser damage, so that might be the reason.
That is not good at all. As the first blue flags are waving around. The first 3 cars got the blue, or Bavish got the blue flags, and he will get out of the way for Emu as well. This is not a good race for him. He started so well, ending up P6 I think in the sprint, but not in the race because
Unfortunately, there will be no applause, no bravo for Bavish.
no bravo for Bavish. As you said, yeah, the gaps are increasing. Everyone is settling in the rain. The only goal from K5 here to win this race, to win his first race, is to stay in that 3 seconds of Mars. But yeah, as you said, only Berkey and Sliced Bread are on battles. The rest of them are almost like a second gap from each other. So this is just everyone is settling in the race. So this is just laps at the moment. There's not really that much fighting going on.
Yeah, and well, K5 doesn't need to fight. He just needs to, like you said, he just needs to keep it within 3 seconds, and he's got this race barring any incidents. But I don't think he was involved in any incident. And yeah, Emu also is going for a podium finish with Jay Morris's penalties. So well, at the top for now it looks fairly fairly locked.
Yeah. Oh, yellow sector 1. Is that Berkey?
Berkey, yeah.
His race is going downhill real fast. He's having a bad weekend. But K5 M5, he doesn't need to fight, but he is in that 1 second gap, or not anymore, but he's really getting close to Mars. Is he going to try and battle Mars for winning on track? I mean, he still has 6 more laps to overtake him, I guess. I mean, he still has to gain a little bit of time and then overtake him, which is going to be difficult in intermediate conditions.
Well, Mars has a big advantage of ERS as well, so it might be really tough to overtake him on track.
Yeah, Mars
Oh,
has.
yellow flag again.
Oh, who was it?
I don't know. We had it in sector 3 before the last chicane, while Sliced Bread was there. So maybe, well, sorry, while Imu was there. So, but
I
he doesn't. It doesn't look like he lost time.
I think it was Bavish. He's into the pit lane now,
Oh,
and
okay.
he retires from the race. So that is his race over in an unlucky fashion, and not deserved at all, because D3 drivers in the top 10 in the sprint is incredible, and he couldn't translate that in the race, or he couldn't finish higher or stay on his position in the race. So his race pace was not good, I guess, or he got involved with a little bit of conflict between other drivers. But yeah, his race is over as he leaves the session. But K5 and Mars are still on that hot battle. And as you said, K5 is really low on battery, while Mars has almost a full tank of ERS.
Well, as well, unfortunately, the only driver from D3 reserve flying the flag is Shifty Wizard, who's also last on. Oh, as we have another.
I think it's
It's
Berkey
Murphy again.
again.
Yes, he's really struggling on these conditions.
I don't. I mean, don't think Diamond will be happy with that, but he will at least get 1 point if he stays like
Well,
this.
he gets from well, Jay Morris is getting points, but he has a lot of penalties.
Yeah. So let's just say Jay Morris. We finish now. Jay Morris will be about P6, I think. Let me pull up the penalties.
Around
Yeah, around
11
mhm,
seconds.
around P6. Yeah. K5 is still in that 1 second gap. Not really. Yeah, the beginning of the race was more exciting, and the sprint was more exciting than this, because everyone has settled in on these conditions and in the race. So it's just a matter
Usually,
of racing a few laps.
usually rain spices things up, but now it just dulled our cuisine.
Nope. This is just driving laps around Silverstone at this point, because there's no battling. I mean, if Mars just didn't have a penalty, I think K5 M5 will be more aggressive, and I think Mars would
Yes.
be more aggressive as well, because um, yeah, because he would try and get that 3 second gap.
Well, Jay Morris is definitely trying to get, you know, as much as gain as much time as he can, so he will lose as you know, not those much positions, because he's also getting close to those guys in front of him.
And if I have my maths correct, he is about 10 seconds behind or in front of Love.
I think it's 12. Well, now it's for well, now for me it's around 13, 14. Because I think it's 3 seconds to Emo, 7 seconds to Tiger, so it's 10 and 4 seconds to Flow. So it's 14.
Yeah, okay, no, you're right. So if he finishes like this, he will still finish in the top 5.
Sixth. No, he will be behind Tiger. He will be 6th.
No, wait.
Yeah,
Wait,
because
quick maths. Oh, hold on. He is 11 seconds.
yes,
So,
and 10 seconds is between him and Tiger.
yeah. And then 1 second between
Yes, behind. Oh, sorry.
uh,
Oh, as Flow just spun and hit the barrier. Ooh.
as I'm trying to do quick math, something happens. Vlov is into the barriers. His race goes to bad from worse, and he has wing damage, which in intermediate conditions you do not love to see.
Especially at the end of the race.
A little bit
As
of a
the
scrap between Robot
yes.
Reaction and Ghost. Finally, some battling. Are they still side by side against the cops? I've seen this before, but it's not gonna happen again. I was trying to get a good exit here. And Maggots and Beckett's for the last couple of times.
So Robot Reaction gets a warning. Well, gets a penalty.
14 seconds to his name now.
Oh, I didn't. Oh yeah, I need to check my new penalties. Oh yes. That's F1 mad level of penalties.
Yeah, he's pulling an F1 mad at the moment. That's mad. I get it. It's, you know.
Hey.
Yeah, but so this is the closest battle. Three cars fighting on track for P6, but with the penalties involved, Chocolate will stay ahead. There's only 2 more laps remaining after this. Global Direction P6. Chocolate trying to gain that position, get ahead on track, but
From our other scenario, I think Jaymar is now cleared, just cleared Tiger Gamer, because he's slightly over 11 seconds over him now. So yes, he's trying what he can to minimize those penalty seconds.
yeah, he's about. We go gap to leader. No,
Like
interval.
he's like 11.3, 11.4 ahead of him, something like that.
Yeah, so he is hovering around the 11 seconds. Hopefully, he can gain 11 seconds and then just end up P4 or P5. I mean, with this nice little scrap going on, Chocolate, the hungry for finishing P6 on track. As he goes to make a move around the outside in the wet weather conditions, and he is ahead. It was a rather weather clean move. He just got a better exit than Ghost, and just got ahead of Ghost. And now he's hunting down Robot Reaction. He will stay ahead of him regardless, but he wants to get ahead of him on track, I suppose. He's about 2 tenths behind him. Really close. Going to try and get the best exit that he can, and maybe overtake him here on the Wellington straight.
Well, Shoko has more ERS than HDR, well than HDR, than Robot Reaction. So he might be able to pull this up. Oh, as we have another. Is it Berkey again? Yeah.
It's Berkey again. His race is going from bad to worse. At this rate, he's going to get overtaken by Shifty Waza, who was like 30 seconds behind him, and now it's down to 8 and still counting. 8.1.
Yeah, well, he has 6 seconds of penalties, so just 2 seconds for Shifty to gain back.
Yep. Ooh, Chocolate gets 3 seconds. That will hurt him a little bit.
Well, that will hurt him with Ghost, because now they're on the same level of penalties,
Yeah,
and
so
on the last.
Yeah, they're fighting for track position now. As Chocolate is. Is he going to send it down the inside? He has balls of steel. What a move from Chocolate. Really aggressive here on the inter conditions. Up to P6, which could be top 3, or top 5 or top 3. As we head into the final lap. It's all down to Mars and K5. Can Mars gain a 1.2 seconds in this lap alone? Or can K5M5 stay in between this gap and he will win his first race? His heart rate is probably through the roof. Mars's heart rate is through the roof. Yes, I know RWeb. I will get the race director. I got the sprint as well. So, I got you. As Mars has only 1 second to gap K5M5. And it's counting just a little bit. 9/10. This is getting really close. This is getting incredibly close. There's no error or no room to make mistakes. Into the Vale chicane now. Into Vale now. For the final time in Silverstone. Mars did absolutely everything he could to gain 3 seconds, but he is not. He's going to win on track here in Silverstone, but it's K5M5 to win his first race in HDR, or in Season 2, I think. And he is probably ecstatic. Emo gets a podium. He's a wonderful recovery drive from him. Mars settles for P2. P1 and P2 in 2 weekends is not something to be angry about. Chocolate could have been higher up, but he is only fast enough for P6, and Rubble Reaction with 14 seconds you'll probably end up lower on the grid. Goes to P7 with the penalties. Dredude, I think Rubble Reaction will stay on P8 because Dredude is 6 seconds behind with 12 seconds to his name. Vlov will finish P9 because of the penalties of Dredude. Sliced Bread will end up ahead. I don't think Dredude's penalties will infect Sliced Bread. No, it doesn't. Sliced Bread will end up P11. Berkey P12 with 6 seconds. But Shifty Wazza, look!
Yeah!
Look at
Got
this!
him. He got him!
Look at this. I think they're just... oh, there's contact!
Oh, no.
Spin! There's last lap shenanigans here in Silverstone. Yo, what is happening here on the last lap? This is diabolical scenes we're seeing here.
Oh, they are fighting for this point.
There's 1 point. But Shifty Wazza will get that 1 point. He will finish P12, and Berkey... he spun again. This race is really gone from bad to worse
right now. And yes, with this performance, K5M5 will solidify himself in the lead of championship standings. He had 8 points. He was 7 points ahead of Jay Morris and almost 30 points ahead of Mars. So Jay Morris, I think, finished 4th or 5th. So it's looking like a good season for K5M5 for a young Philippines driver.
This is incredible. It's a really good race, a little boring at the end, but still exciting. Incredible qualifying and really exciting sprint. And here K5M5, he's waving the Dutch flag. I don't think he's Dutch, but it doesn't even matter.
There's no Philippines flag in the game, I think.
There's not?
Yeah.
Oh
I
shit.
She was complaining about it in the chat some time ago.
Dutch forever. Look at this. I'll get a sprint, yeah. And then I'll get yep. 1 screenshot and then 2 screenshots for the race. K5M5 wins here in Silverstone. Wonderful stuff by him, and he will get the most points as he wins in sprint and in the race. He pulled the me. He got pole, 1 in the sprint and 1 in the race. Good stuff from him. Mars is... I could have got the win. 2 wins in a row. Couldn't really quite get it with the 3-second penalty, but still good stuff. Still really good points for him and the team. Emu. Yeah, he didn't get the win. Closely, I wanted to hear Tush sing, but still a podium for the Papaya family. So honestly, really great race.
Yeah, it was really fun, really clean overall, apart from few collisions. But yes, the fight between the top 5 and top 4 until it started raining was really enjoyable. That's what racing is all about.
That is indeed what racing is all about. Now it's up to D1 to decide if this weekend is gonna be clean or not. Because Division 3 was clean, Division 2 was clean, or I mean rather clean. So on the
well, I just want to mention for the record, there was no safety car in Division 3, not virtual, not normal one. So definitely the cleanest and the best league ever.
Best league indeed. D3 is superior, but I mean, I don't really have questions because I didn't prepare well for, because I got quite last minute green light for me to commentate, and I don't really have enough questions if we're going to do post-race interviews. I mean, do you want to do post-race interviews?
No, it depends on our drivers. I think if they want to say something like, I don't know, scream of the enjoyment from K5 M5 or something like that, let them have it. But yeah.
Then do we see anyone in the VC? K5M5, do you want to interview? Cause your heart must be pounding through the roof right now.
Oh yeah, he is. He is. I think his heart pounds more than Huskies on his videos.
Wait, is he in the voice chat?
Now it's 5 a.m. over there, so
Oh,
he won't.
it's 5
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah. That's you have to respect the hustle, man. He
Oh
wakes
my.
up at 3. He was racing in every race in last season, from
That
what
is
I've
what
seen.
you
in
call
the standings.
dedication.
Exactly, and he wakes up at 3 a.m. So I don't know if he wakes up or he stays up. I doesn't matter. But he is there, so it's really commendable.
That is dedication. That's what you call dedication. But looks like so 5 K5. I was about to say 5 a.m. K5, get a good night's sleep. I think you'll dream about this win for the next few hours or this night. We're gonna be closing stream now, cause yep, it's time, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Well, I'm not gonna see you. Emu and Astral are gonna cast tomorrow, so they will see you tomorrow. Do you have anything to add, Starry?
Papaya forever.